Good evening, friends. My video tonight is going to be about a simple subject, and I dedicate this video to two people I love dearly. It's Kim and Mikey, or Mikey and Kim, and all the other XJWs on YouTube. I dedicate this video to you brothers, all you freedom fighters. I dedicate this video to you, and I especially dedicate it to Kim and Mikey because they are, to me, out in the front of all this freedom that we're trying to gain from the Watchtower. Now, I personally do not believe or accept the word apostate. That is a dirty word. It's an evil word. It's in the Bible, the word apostate. By having that tag of apostate on us, the Watchtower loves that. They love to be given a talk by an elder, and whatever his subject is, he can always come out and say, see, the apostates are trying to block our way to the everlasting life. Or, the apostates are at it again. At it again. They're trying to stop our preaching work. Or, the apostates are at it again. Whatever the subject is, the apostates, making you look evil. The apostates. Now, suppose that the word got around that they were forced to say, those freedom fighters are at it again. They're trying to block us from gaining everlasting life. Or, those freedom fighters are at it again. They're twisting the words of the Bible. Or, those freedom fighters are at it again. They're doing this or they're doing that. No matter what it is, if they had to say the freedom fighters, oh, you know, that word is a good word, because if you look at history, and I know I have been down that history road at my age. Now, if you would take freedom, Luther King fought and died for freedom. Yes, he did, in my lifetime, and some of y'all's lifetime too. George Washington, he fought for freedom. Eh? Freedom. There was no apostate from Britain, nothing like that. No, it was freedom from Britain. Mandela, fighting for freedom from the South African regime at that time. Freedom. He was not an apostate, he was a freedom fighter. And there are so many other freedom fighters that we could relate to. The word freedom is something that men have died for, and they have fought Hitler's wall there in France, how they climbed on D-Day, and they got slaughtered, but at the end they had freedom for the world again, against Hitler's tyranny. Freedom. 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 Apostate doesn't do us no justice at all. It's an evil word, see, and the Watchtower loves that. They love to refer to us as apostate. You ever hear them scream when they hear that word apostate? Oh, the apostates. Okay? But can you imagine them saying, oh, those freedom fighters? There you go, see? It's a little different then. See? If they had to refer to you as freedom fighters, oh, they would hate that. But I'm asking Kim and Mikey, from my heart, not to go on a crusade, but to try to drive the point home of getting off this apostate name. Freedom fighters. freedom fighters. That's what we are. We're fighting for freedom because we got it. We got it now. Why don't we try to give freedom to those others? I know Kim and Mike and all the others are doing that. But I think they're letting the Watchtower keep us tagged as apostates. And they love that name tagged to us. Ex-Jehovah's Witnesses is a better name, but it's too long of a name. It just don't. Can you imagine an elder saying, those ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, well, you know, but when he would hate to say, you know, those freedom fighters are out here trying to stop us. See, when you mention the word freedom, there ain't hardly nobody that would disagree with that word freedom. Freedom is just like the word love. There's nothing like love, and there's nothing like freedom. But when you tie in the word apostate, it's like being John Dillinger. See? That's the way the Watchtower looks upon it. You might as well be John Dillinger. But let us be George Washington. Let us be Luther King. We're fighting for freedom. We're fighting for freedom that are still got people chained into this evil corporation of a book publishing company. They have our relatives chained in this evil cult. That's all it is. It's an evil cult. And they drag these people into this nonsense, and it's like a drug. It's like a drug. And once it gets in you, it'll never leave you. Even though you leave that nonsense, it's still in you. You'll never forget it. See, there's something evil about something you can't forget now. There's something evil about that. Okay? But freedom, let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from this Watchtower. Let it ring, people. Yes, let freedom ring. Freedom is the best thing that God ever had on this earth. One of the best things. Freedom. Freedom from tyranny. Freedom from men who use the pulpit to make money and uses slaves or these zombies to make money on their donation box. All that nonsense, nothing but a money-making game, and people fall for that crap. See? Because it's endowed in a man to want faith in something. It don't matter what it is, but he wants faith in something. See? But if he has faith in something, let it be something that's good. Not something that destroys families, that breaks up people, that makes them in different classes, sheep, goats, stuff like that. Only an evil cult will try to divide people. See? But let freedom ring. Kim and Mikey, do you hear me, brother and sister? Let y'all be the ones to start it. At least start it. Y'all have more watchers than I have. I'm only a peon when it comes down to the clout that you people have. And even John Cedars, I don't know where his heart is, but he should also start ringing that word freedom. Ring that word freedom. All you people out there, the Jones fella, love him dearly. Drive that point home in some of your videos. Drive it home. We are freedom fighters trying to free those still enslaved to the Watchtower Corporation. It's not a religion. It's got a religious dress on. You ever see these here transvestites, they call them, out there trying to pick up men, and they are men themselves? That's what the Watchtower is. It's fake. Fake. They're posing as a religion, just like a transvestite poses as a woman. He got on his little dress, his little stockings. That's all he's doing. He's fronting as a woman. Watchtower, the same thing, fronting as a religion, but making all that money on their stocks. See, that's what they're doing. So, I'm going to close this talk because I don't want to get on to no other subject but freedom. Please, freedom, people. Kim, Mikey, Y'all have the, let me find the word that I'm looking for. You have the audience for this movement. And it's really not a movement. It's something different. It's something that's right. It's pure. It's clean. It's decent. Freedom. Ain't nobody in this world would disagree with freedom. The only man would disagree with freedom would be Satan himself. See? And the Watchtower don't want you to have freedom. You have to fight for freedom. It doesn't come easy. You have to come to a reality. All you people out there who won't do your research and check on this evil mess, you're stuck in it. You're stuck in it. See? Are you afraid to be called an apostate? Yes, you are. But you wouldn't be afraid to be called a freedom fighter that left that cult, that held you in captivity for 10, 20 years. No, freedom. Fight for freedom. Okay? And Kim and Mikey, please, 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 try to drive that point home of freedom. Because faith is the most important thing in a man's life or a woman's life. And he must have freedom to obtain that. And once this Watchtower gets a hold of you, if he gets 1 million people, they're going to hold on to about 800,000 or 700,000 of them. That's what they're going to do, because they get their minds into that stuff and they can't leave. They're captive. It's like a drug. They got to stay there. They're scared. They're scared to leave. What will my neighbors say? I'll be accused as an apostate, or I left the truth. All that nonsense. See? But they can't say you left freedom if you leave it, can they? So, friends, freedom is what it's all about. We have lived and died for freedom. So, what I say, let's eat, sleep, and drink freedom. Freedom is what it's all about. Please, Kim and Mikey, y'all start it, because you have the front to do it. Because we have a lot of trust in you two people. But freedom is the word that we should start throwing around. Not apostate. Don't even use that word no more. Freedom. Use that word freedom. Okay? And the elders would hate to refer to us as freedom fighters. They would hate that. Oh my God. Because how can you condemn anyone for wanting freedom? You can't do that. It don't make no sense, see? They tell on their own selves when they condemn someone for freedom. See? It don't work. But if they had to refer to you as a freedom fighter, boy, you know the word would get around quick then. So let's get off this apostate nonsense, because we're not apostates. We fell for freedom and got out of it. Now let's help others get this freedom. Thank you, friends. God bless you and good night.